Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for the stay.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso and Samra Origins by the Weekend Coffee Collection.
Introducing Samra Origins. My collaboration with Nespresso is a connection to my roots, to my mother, Samra. Coffee that hits the right notes. It transports you. Crafted with unique notes and bold, soaring flavors. Experience a taste that moves you. Nespresso and Samra Origins.
Discover more at Nespresso.com.
USAA knows dynamic duos can save the day, like superheroes and sidekicks or auto and home insurance. With USAA, you can bundle your auto and home and save up to 10%. Learn more and get a quote at USAA.com/bundle. Restrictions apply.
This episode is brought to you by Blue Alien Fox, Alpaca Lips, Kaawera, Mewcow, DJ Rink, Pylon Dyke, Himoto Raven, Nibris, Devon Harkenrider, and Gluthoric.
Hi, Gluthoric!
Episode 43, Brick in the Wall. Write between the lines, put the date up on the top. Learn what you were told, just don't question anyone. Wait for the little grade you get when they say task is done. You've learned enough, you're finished here, it's time to move along. But you can't read and you can't think, there's nowhere you belong. The door is closed, you had your chance, now blend in with the throng. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That can't be right. That can't be how we do this. Surely no one benefits from trying to make us foolish. And yet, here we are with buildings built to skies, with children who come home each day and cry and cry and cry because they want to learn how to beat their fears, but we keep forcing more Shakespeare. Nothing's wrong with the old bard's words, but you've got to be ready or they can't be heard. Can you jam them in if you push real hard? No. But you can leave minds behind, you can leave them scarred. So let's get back to whose lives improve when your right to education is removed. And I can tell you this and I can tell you now, it's the same old people, somehow. They are our weakness. It's them we should fight. The ones who fear the person you might become if you had the same chance, the same meal at the table, the same reason to dance. Make learning free, make learning for all. Finally learn from the bricks in the wall. See what becomes when wise is the prize. And we start solving our problems instead of listening to lies.
Oh, that was great. Best one yet. That was almost like a rap. I could feel it. I
could probably rap it really badly, yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
That was great. That was very good.
I was angry when I wrote that.
Yeah, I felt that. I did feel it.
But I was like, no, fuck it. I'm sick of watching people blame everything else, and then I sit there and hear about classroom sizes being so stupid the kids are just sitting on two chairs and all sorts of weird things I hear about education all the time, and see how parents talk about their kids sometimes and how much they hate our systems all around the world. And the strange thing is there are systems out there that are doing better than others, and they get ignored, which seems strange to me, like it's intentional. And a lot of people think that's conspiratorial, but I really think there is, and maybe I'm being naive, I think there's a conspiratorial effort to make our education systems poor so that we don't challenge things. And yet there's nothing wrong with us challenging things. It's what you do when you improve.
Yeah.
So I was angry.
I really like that. It was like I like the Shakespeare reference and like cramming the words in. If we try real hard, I'm like, you're right, the kids aren't ready for that. They're in year 8 and we're like, learn it.
Yeah. And there's nothing, I said, there's nothing wrong. Brilliant writer.
Yeah.
Moments of absolute spectacular writing.
It's not about that though.
But it's not always just about that moment. I mean, you work towards things. You don't just go, here's how you build the building and then show them the final product and go, all right, off you go. And Shakespeare to me, in many ways, is the final product of the pinnacle of writing, among other writers we ignore because of the Shakespeare shadow. Dante and even things like Hemingway or beautiful writers of modern female voices, or writers that we're suddenly hearing about because they're from different cultures that always got overlooked before because of people like Hemingway. There's all these great bits of writing out there, and instead we sort of go, no, you can only have this. And it's too late. It's too soon, I should say, and you want to build towards those sort of things. But anyway, I should just get off my pedestal right now before I get angry emails. Actually, if you're angry about it, go away. We don't need you either. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Girls Who Don't D&D and me ranting about things I'm angry about. I am your DM, Cory, and with me are the girls.
Indy playing Freya.
Stacey playing Kaa'Riin and someone else.
Lassiter. You're still in Lassiter.
Lionel went through my head.
Oh, yeah, and your other...
Stacey playing Kaa'Riin and Lassiter.
There we go.
Lana playing Morrigan and Jamie Lee Weaver.
I forgot who I am.
You forgot who you are. You're still LV. You're in LV's body, yeah.
I was thinking JD, but that's just a friend.
That would be from Scrubs, I think, yeah. Because I think we've referenced a few shows. Anyway, let's get to the shout-outs. I have been busy because we've just put out, I think, 3 episodes now in a month and a bit, and 2 for our Patreon show. So I haven't had time to do much else. So I've got no side topic for us to talk about and start things up, apart from the anger that I had towards education. But since we love doing these shout-outs so much, and we do love our little community, it feels like the right thing to do.
It is.
Who have you got?
I think it is. Well, I am going to shout out Stormbringer Rock Wing. Mouthful of a name.
I know, that could either be 4 people or 1, the way you said it.
Yeah. I'm just like, I don't know how they merged together, but that's okay. That's okay. Because they said in the Choose Your Player on Instagram, I love this. Oh my God, I had so much fun reading it. It was so good.
That was a good read.
Wait, so the premise was that on Instagram we had a section where people could
choose a player
to survive a zombie apocalypse with.
Yeah.
Right.
Some people said I might have started the zombie apocalypse. I like that one. Some people said that that I would find a hot zombie and maybe leave someone alone. But I
think someone said you'd use them as a human shield.
Yeah.
It's quite possible.
So kill first, ask questions later. These are all very true, and thank you all for knowing me so well. I had a lot of fun reading them, and it was good. Thanks, Alana, for thinking of that.
That was a very
That was great.
And we love the interactivity on Instagram, by the way.
Yep.
We sit there, like I do, I'll be at work, I'm like, I'm going to see what's happening on Instagram. My shout out is Chuck B, who commented on our...
As in Berry?
I don't know. You asked Chuck B. You asked Chuck B about Chuck B. Chuck B, who wrote absolute fucking gold on episode 41. No notes on that review.
That's all we need.
He even censored it, I thought was really sweet.
Oh, and did you uncensor it?
Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce the asterisks.
Effing.
I think you just did.
I don't need to censor myself. I don't censor myself
We're
anyone.
definitely not censored. I've made that clear. There's a little button
Explicit.
I press every single time we publish an episode that says explicit, and yet I still get messages from parents going, can my child listen to this? And I'm like, well, I wouldn't, which is why mine doesn't.
Of course they fucking can.
So, you know.
Depends on your fucking parenting style.
Alana, who you got?
I've got a couple. I don't know how to rein it in. So this past month I did a meme mayhem post over on our socials, and I put out the Lord of the Rings One Does Not Simply meme and asked people to create their own version for us. And over on Facebook I've got Steph, who has One Does Not Simply Remember Meatball.
Guys, all right. Personal attacks.
It was 3 times. I don't know why.
Not just remember, but also tried to kill. Yeah, tried to kill him.
Then we've got Caitlin. One does not simply leave enemies with both hands.
True.
That's fantastic.
True.
And then maybe a little bit of a sensitive topic for our DM here, but Mary with One does not simply immediately bypass an entire puzzle that the DM spent hours creating.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine. I'm still fine.
Are these somewhere?
Yeah, so these are over on Facebook and Instagram, and I am in the process of getting things set up over on TikTok and Blue Sky as well. I'm just trying to figure out how to operate.
We're just trying to find it. Like a lot of people in the world, we're just trying to navigate a way to find a social media network that we actually have some respect for. And there's none, but we know that's the only way you can talk to each other at the moment. But, oh, God, man, I'm still desperate for somebody who is not horrendous to start a social media network that we can all go, oh, good, we can just do that instead.
And, I signed us up for Blue Sky, downloaded it, everything, uploaded a single post.
That's right. I remember
and
this.
And our account was marked as a spam account.
Straight away.
I was like, what did I do?
I think the first rule of spam is you got to do it more than once.
Right?
You still had that tin of spam at work.
Yes.
I think it's like in my drawer.
Yeah, I leave them behind whenever I go.
Remember you by.
Have I told that story about the spam?
No. I don't know. Are you colourblind?
Strangely.
What's your heritage while we're at it?
Look, first of all, the Scots didn't invent spam, which is unusual because they invented everything else. But they didn't invent spam. Combination of 2 words, spiced and ham, jammed together. And
Mars. Isn't that what that means?
Yeah. And one day I was out. I was staying at a mate's place, and he had a pantry. And my mate is just one of those people that's exceptionally tidy. So his pantry, and I am not making this up to make the story better, was alphabetically organised. Right? So I opened it up and I went, oh, fuck off.
Like, I really don't feel like that's the best system.
No.
It's not a good system.
But I mean, not like by the brand, but like this is sauces, S for sauces and all that sort of stuff. But it was, rice is over in the rice category. And everything was beautifully organised and it was stunning. And I thought, can't have that. And I walked down to the local, at the time, $2 shop, which are now, I think, about what are they? They must be
$20 shop.
$20 shop. Yeah. Anyway, went and there was a section for Spam, and I found the most beautifully named Spam I've ever seen. It was Spam with pineapple chunks. It made the chunks very clear. Like you don't need to put the word chunks in. You can just say Spam with pineapple, and that would have been like, maybe. But chunks really says what's going to happen before and after you. So I grabbed this little tin, and I thought, I'll be clever. I'm going to hide that in his pantry. And I was staying there for about a week. I get home. I lived hundreds of kilometers away at the time. I get home, and when you travel, you've got like a dirty clothes section of your bag. Like the last few days, you're like, I'm not washing. I'm just going to stack it on this side of the bag.
That's a tomorrow problem. Yeah.
That's when I get back. I'll wash everything in one go. I get there and I'm pulling everything out to put in the wash. And at the bottom, and I mean underneath underwear and everything, was a tin of Spam. And I was like, not only did he find it, he went above and beyond to put it somewhere where I would not find it before I got back. I thought, very clever. So then I walked down the street to the post office and mailed it to a friend of mine. And I mailed it using whatever category it was where you had to go and sign for it at the post office. And I got a message back from him. At this stage, I'd kind of said to everybody, be prepared, Spam is coming. And so we started the thing. Yeah, it went for years where we'd send each other or give people Spam in some sort of sneaky way when you least expected it. Probably my favourite one was at a wedding, when the best man, and he'd already cleared it with the bride, when the best man was asked for the ring, and he turned to the groom and he lifted up the ring on the Spam can and handed it over. And the whole room is going, what the hell is going on here? So
the travelling Spam can.
I was about to say, so instead of the sisterhood of the travelling pants, it's the brotherhood of the travelling Spam.
Yeah, and of course, if you're wondering whether it in any way is a Monty Python reference, of course it is. I wouldn't have done it if it wasn't for Monty Python to start with.
That's good.
This is probably as good time as any to bring my wife in and do the recap on the last show. She wanted to do a shout out because somebody called Mooney left a comment on Spotify. We read all those as well. That said she had a lovely, comforting voice.
She does.
She actually does.
She does. Yeah. So let's hear from that voice now as she explains everything that you might need to know for this episode. I also get her, I don't know if I've ever made this clear, I get her to tell you stuff that might not be relevant to this episode, it might be relevant to a future one, or might not matter at all. That way she's not really giving out spoilers. Go, oh, clearly that's going to happen in this episode. It could be,
because TV shows do that. You're like previously on, you're like, oh, cool, so this is what this episode's going to be about.
Yeah, well, I put stuff in there that it might not be about too.
Trixie.
That way you don't get anything ruined.
Trixie hobbits.
Not like, we'll figure it out anyway. Let's be real.
That's the hardest part of writing.
Not going to remember. Yeah. 2, probably not going to figure it out.
If you ever really desperately need to tell a secret to someone, tell it to us.
It's
we'll
not a secret
it.
to you. It's a forgotten memory instantly. Anyway, here she is.
Hi everyone, Sam here. It wasn't really that long ago when 3 women woke up with no memories on a boat at sea. They stole hands as they learnt that Morrigan was once a highly regarded leader, but also worried why anyone would smash her statue. They met giant snails who turned out to be gods of time and space, who had their child taken from them. They learnt that souls could be transferred between people, divided, stolen, and even locked away. They uncovered Freya's past, found her parents, and even freed them both. Kind of. They remembered Kaa'Riin's difficult past. They found and lost love and lust. They lost friends too. They fought beneath the sea in dwarven submarines, solved murders with vampires on magical trains, raced against proud horses, and killed violent undead princesses. Twice. They survived epic battles, rode Draco bears, made highly dubious choices more often than not, floated in balloons, opened vaults in mysterious libraries, started worker revolutions, messed up many puzzles, awoke forgotten gods from faraway lands and times, lived other lives where they were even married to each other, and, of course, finally found out who they really were. And after all of that, do you know what matters most? More than one god wants the power held by a little mouseling, the one called Luke, who waits, frozen in time, in a dark chamber swirling with enough souls to grant ultimate power to whomever receives them or steals them. The mighty golden spear is now only moments away from his chest, with so many gods ready to claim the spoils. There seems to be only one being who can stop it all, the one who the girls hid in the first place.
We have mail, which is like beautifully almost calligraphied on the front of it. Like, check out this envelope.
Well, before we do that, we can send us stuff. I just forgot to mention it for a long time. P.O. Box 285 Cardiff, Australia, New South Wales, not in that order. I really should do a better job of explaining where our post office box.
You like puzzles.
Yeah, I don't want our post office box address to be a puzzle.
All right, so there is a letter in here from one beautifully alliterated name, Shelby Stevens, who, and you're going to love this after people telling you that you would sacrifice them in a zombie apocalypse, Indy. This is the PS of the letter, by the way. PS, not to offend anyone, but Freya is my favourite character. And my favourite moment was actually when Kaa'Riin turned into a Komodo dragon and swallowed the gem.
That was good. It had to pass through.
Yeah. They basically sent a beautiful letter.
It was a mess.
But also this present.
We love presents.
This looks really freaking cool. So it looks like we each get little, almost like friendship bracelets that they made.
Cute.
And
Love that.
so there's one for Freya.
Yes. Oh my God. The colours. Yes.
There is one for Morrigan.
And it goes with my dress that I'm wearing today.
There
oh my God. This is
one.
perfect.
Oh, beautiful pink for Kaa'Riin.
Oh, thank you.
And not to be forgotten, Cooper.
He will be thrilled. He loves getting gifts. He really does, actually. He's surprised if he doesn't get
these.
things.
They're great.
The girls are wearing them already.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going with my aesthetic.
It does actually.
It's
look
really-
and they're kind of beachy.
Yes.
Oh, I really like that colour.
The colour combo.
Yeah, the colour combos are great.
Fucking spot
As
on.
usual, I'll have to eventually edit out what they do because this is about 20 minutes of talking about the lovely stuff they get. They do this every single time. They're giving me filthy looks right now, but eventually we have to do the thing we came in for.
Oh, shut up.
We want to talk about us.
I just looked away from my bracelet death glare.
I know. This is the real reason we don't have cameras. Nobody needs to know what they do when they look at me. It's a filthy look I get every now and then. I'm not even my actual age. I just age because of you guys. I'm
Cory
actually
gets
much
two
younger.
looks, either a filthy one or something that he says that could be misconstrued as a dirty comment.
That's true. I sent another comment today, which we didn't catch, unfortunately. And it's all because of Indy's look. I didn't think it was that bad at the time, but Indy looked at me and said,
It's
that's
like,
real. But that's
did
why
you
we don't
hear that?
have
You heard that.
It's
You
why we
heard
don't have
that,
cameras.
right?
Maybe one day we'll go towards cameras. We'll see how we go and everyone can see. But if you want to make that happen, cameras and et cetera, and whatever, and listen to our other show, The Void, which is now on Spotify. The Void,
Patreon?
which is now on Patreon.
Patreon.
Patrons are people who
I know. I fuck it up every time.
every time. But anyway, you can go and do that. And that's our next goal is to potentially aim towards cameras. Now, when we left the girls, they were deep inside the city of London, still jaunting between overlapping time periods. Although without the capacity to see LV's time period anymore, because some insanity seeped into your world there, Freya. They were also inside the Great Library, which is kind of situated in the train tunnels, but also not. Maybe one day I'll need to explain that further, but that is not this day. What you do know is that you've just made a deal with the librarian to find something in a vault in a bank, and that you've already let the librarian down once before, which kind of sounds familiar to most of your adventures. So they have bound you magically to this task this time and given you a time limit as well. It did, however, get you a copy of the child's diary, which gave you the name of the school you apparently left him at for your own protection. Ladies, are you ready to play?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just going to take a photo of my bracelet.
Oh,
It's just 3 girls, a dragon, and a handful of dice. Some guys telling stories, I'm sure they'll be nice. There will be monsters, and magic, and fire and ice. But it's mostly 3 girls, a dragon, and dice.
so here you are inside the library. The librarian has given you the diary and the name of the school. You're sitting, the librarian is floating, hovering a little bit above the ground, having dropped down from quite a height.
Love that.
The library is stunning all around you, but there are people working, lots of other librarians. They're mostly in training to become the proper librarians that you've already met before. the combinations of different people and different stories before they take over their own library. And you have been given this diary from apparently the child, because as we all know, there's a copy of every book
ever written anywhere, everywhere.
And it updates at the same time as the diary.
Yeah, it's sick. Okay, so I'd like to probably have a look and read the diary. We look at the diary, get some clues for that.
Well, yeah, because last time we didn't read it straight away. We got
You know how we do
at.
things? We just like take things and leave?
Yeah.
Let's read.
Love that.
Let's open up the diary.
The last diary you didn't read had so many things in it that would have made your lives easier.
Yes.
Just want to say that. It had
Lesson
all
learned.
sorts of answers right in front of you.
So we go over
you're
to
gonna
the
have to tell
cozy
me
corner. There's like
a
this
book nook.
beautiful lamp and like there's
book
cozy
nook.
chairs and we curl up together. They bring us some like hot cocoa and we read.
You do notice some of the librarians are already starting to scurry around fast from the outside. There seems like something bad is happening. There's tension and nerves are rising around the outside. Towards the entrance where you came in, and already you see people barricading doors.
Oh, so we're not leaving then.
Cool, we're cozy. Let's read.
Let's read.
What would you like to read? Because it's a pretty thick thing. Where do you want to go to in the diary?
The middle.
You would pick right in the middle.
I want to go in the middle. Then, like all good stories, we start in the middle. Then we go back a little bit again. Then we come back to the middle. And then we...
All right, so going to the middle for some reason, Quentin Tarantino style, just picking a random order of time, which, I mean, let's be honest, that's what I do. And there's a page there where where the child is writing about having a fun day. That's nice. They had a really nice day. They were playing dodgeball. There's a little bit underneath how he saw a movie, which seems strange because he writes about that in the middle of a school day. But and also how he tried to get Grey Dove Cold Moon to go with him to the movies, but she wasn't interested, and he was pretty disappointed by that. But he was cheered up once he got to the movies.
What was the movie?
He saw Hand of Darkness. He didn't like it because he doesn't particularly like horrors.
Is this a clue?
I don't know, you just randomly picked a page.
Okay, go back to the start.
First page?
Yeah.
Right at the start, he writes his name.
Oh, for fuck's sake, this diary sucks.
It's a very formal first page, like someone who thinks his diary is going to be something they write formally every day. And as you can tell, when you get through more pages, there are many days missing, and there are days like nothing happened today. Anyway, he writes, and his name is Dumu.
Oh, that's probably been good to know, actually. That's not bad information.
And he writes about being afraid first day at this new school, but a nice teacher has given him this diary to write in, and said that sometimes it helps to have a place to put your voice. He writes that he's excited that he will be getting back to his parents soon, but he understands that he had to be whisked away, but he wished that he had some way of contacting them because he was scared for them as well.
Does he have any magic?
He didn't write that on the first page, no.
Is there a
He
control?
also then wrote, and what else I've noticed is I've got lots of
Control F.
magic.
Yeah, is there a control F function in this diary?
It is a paper book.
Okay, well, we don't think where we just flick. When you, like this, I know it's not a visual medium, but anyway, we do this, and then I can roll perception to see if any keywords that we need jump
I'm
out.
going to flick through the book and just see if any keywords...
And roll perception. Yeah, I'm scanning.
All right. So it's not perception, it's investigation. Not investigation, search.
Okay.
It'll be under. Give me a search.
27. Great number.
It would be if it's less than your search number. What's your search number?
50.
All right, it is. So keywords stand out. What you do notice is he seems to talk about going to the movies a lot. Like you see the word...
Okay.
It's just had titles of movies all the time. And that girl's name appears for a while. The one you
What's the
mentioned
name
this
again?
time.
Maybe the movies have. Maybe he's making up stories about going to the movies, and all the titles of the movies are like a little bit of a jigsaw puzzle to know something about him.
Maybe. I mean, you'd have to go back through individually and look at the different movies that he's gone to and figure out which ones there were. But Grey Dove Cold Moon is the name of the girl that he was talking about, and he was showing some interest, but she didn't appear to be too keen.
But he went to the movies a lot with her.
No, he asked her to go to the movies with him a lot.
Oh.
It's not the same thing.
I guess, all right, so what are some movie titles then that we're seeing?
If you want to take even more time.
Well, I'm wondering, so we know that he's going to a movie theatre during the school day, so surely there's a movie theatre close by the school. We know the name of the school, and this library has everything that was ever written. Would there be like a directory or a yellow pages or a map?
Oh, you could probably just ask people,
Ask
but
someone.
they live here too.
All right, where's the movie theatre near the school?
The St. Marigold School of the Gifted and Godly.
I must say, though, in saying that it can just ask somebody, the librarians are looking very panicked. And you can hear noises from outside. And then you do notice the rather recognisable voice of Angela, who has now found the library. Since you guys moved the gap goo from the library, and the librarian, the main librarian, the bookkeeper, is calling you over. You can ignore her if you want. I'm just saying she's calling you over.
I'm going to go. We're going to go.
Just thinking about how to approach this. Did we tell her?
She knew.
Okay, she knew. Okay, that's all right.
She didn't have time to fix it.
She was in the gap goo too, and then we took it off her, so she would have known that.
But she's
the
like
library.
homies with the gap.
I must admit, if someone removes the gap goo from you, you don't know. You don't know you're covered by it. Doesn't cause any major effect to you. You guys named it. It's not my fault.
I know, I love it. I love us. We're so creative. All right. Okay, let's hurry over. We've got the diary that's giving us nothing except this kid likes movies and a girl.
The one thing you do notice about the voice outside, because you now this echoing voice outside this building as you run over to the librarian, you don't understand a word it's saying. It's now speaking in a language that you can't understand.
Douglas, though?
And Douglas doesn't appear to be translating it.
Ooh, what good is Douglas then? And then I pat him and I'm like, jokes, Douglas, love you.
Douglas is... I mean, now at the moment, Douglas is just a little bit of a metal fish. And normally he's physical, but in this world he's not. But you can still hear Douglas when he speaks. And Douglas is frightened.
Oh, Douglas, no. Is it because you understand clearly what he's saying and you're just too scared to speak?
He says...
Angela is talking directly to you three.
So you can understand him?
Yes.
What's he saying then? I'm going to give him a little soothe. I'm going to just keep rubbing his little scales.
He's making you an offer.
Continue.
He won't kill all the librarians if you just tell him where the book is, where the boy is.
Wait, the book or the boy?
Where the... Sorry.
The book I'll give him, I'm getting nothing from this book.
Well, it does have the location of the boy.
Just the school?
Yeah.
But we already know that.
And Angela doesn't at this stage. I mean, you can go ahead and do that. But
and he's going to kill all the librarians if
Douglas is stunned that you think that's the most important part of this thing. There's a lot going...
He said he's going to kill all the librarians unless you give him where the boy is and where the whale souls are.
Sidebar. Okay, so if we let him just kill all the librarians, we don't have to go do the bank thing.
The librarian's like...
It's about time you started thinking like me.
His face lit up like, that's a brilliant idea. I look over it.
The math is mathing.
Lana, and she's like horrified. Indy's like, oh my God, of course.
And the librarian's standing there going, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, it was just a thought. We're allowed to have thoughts.
Thoughts stay inside the head.
Okay.
Alternatively, just throwing it out there, and I turn to the librarian. Is there another way that you guys can get out of here?
She said, we can't. And we won't.
Why, you can't leave this place?
We will not. We protect knowledge.
Okay, but you're dead. The knowledge isn't protected anyway.
And if you succeed fast enough, we won't all die. And at that stage, you see windows on the side of the room smashing and wisps of tentacle are coming through. Their dark, shadowy tentacles here. They're not fully formed. And it goes straight through a librarian. It doesn't even try to wrap around it. It's straight through a librarian and wraps around. And you see the librarian, who's made of so many different people, screaming in different faces, and gets pulled straight back through the window. And she's gone. And people are running over straight away to try and board up that window.
Do you think there's something in the vault where she wants us to go and get? Could be like a protector for them?
I didn't get those vibes. I was about to say, so all things considered, you agree that the vault isn't the priority now? We can maybe get an extension on that while we solve this?
The librarian grabs you.
Yeah.
And you can see with the many faces that they have changing, and then one solidifies as if everyone is focused. And they say, the bank is called Avarice Acquisitions. The vault is the Crimson Vault. The box is on level 17, 33-2, Q12. She looks at you right in the eyes. Who's she grabbing, by the way? You tell me who she grabs.
Morrigan, because she's writing this down. and I only just started.
33 to Q12?
I've got 33 to Q12.
Good.
Right, and level 17.
I've got the first word of everything. I've got avarice, and then he started saying the next thing, and I didn't get the second.
Emerald.
Crimson,
Never said emerald.
level 17, 33 to Q12. I just don't know what the second word of avarice and the second word of crimson is. That's all right.
Okay, that's...
But she looks at you firmly in the eyes and says, do you understand?
Yes.
Avarice
Acquisitions.
and crimson.
Obviously. The crimson. There's other things to worry about now. And she's a little horrified you don't know how to spell because all librarians are. So, Crimson Vault.
Yes, I understand.
Avarice acquisition.
Within...
I will not let you down. 25 hours. 24 hours and 36 minutes.
She looks around and says, we may not have that much time.
So kid first, vault second, come back, save day.
Up to you, she says as another window smashes and another librarian screams.
Why is it we fuck every world we touch?
I know.
All right, is there a way that we can get out of here then?
That bit is easy. Even though you remove the gap from the library, there's always been a way out that doesn't get removed. And she calls some people over, some librarians. She just gets them to the pass, and they start shuffling towards the back of the library. You still see windows breaking open. The front door of this library that you came in before, it's a beautiful, elaborate door, just smashes open. And it doesn't even move in quickly. It shatters open, and then the mist of tentacles starts to slowly fill the room. And that voice is speaking again, but in a language that you don't understand. And Douglas seems to be struggling to repeat. But the librarians, there's a couple of them ushering you to the back of the library.
Giving us directions once we're out?
Well, if you ask for them, but the first thing they do is they pull up a big plank on the floor, and you can see there's enough room for you to squeeze in, and it's another dark tunnel just heading out the back. And they're like, this is gap covered, this is gap covered. We'll close it over the top when you go. But if he sees us, then he'll know about it too.
Okay, so we jump down the hole. Let's go.
All right, you go, and I'm going to take 2 seconds. How do we get to the school?
Which school?
St. Marigold School.
St. Marigold
They weren't
School.
part of the conversation.
St. Marigold School, the Gifted and Godly.
Really? Okay.
Direction.
They're surprised.
Do you have time to
They're
be questioning?
surprised. They tell you that you need to head directly down the path. You'll find 3 manholes. The third manhole is the one you need. It's a straight line. You won't have any problems getting there. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yep.
Stay alive. And I go.
You hear the hammering behind you as they close this plank and lock it away. And you hear a whisper from one of them say, stay alive. Yeah, right. And that's all you hear.
The battle in the Great Library would only last for a few hours. Very few of those who lived through those hours would speak of them, though. Within these mighty walls of wisdom, the odour of burning books lingered long beyond their charred remains. When knowledge is taken from us, banished by those without the capacity to command without fear, it is not the present or the past that is lost. It is the future. But new words are like leaves in the days that follow the failures of fear. They will sprout and reach for light beyond the smoke. And when those ideas escape the cowardice of those bound by simplicity, they flow forth in new ink. They move like blood in veins and bring hearts to beat. Today, the library would burn to the ground. As a god showed that power does not make one great, that arrogance is but a single idea screamed above all others when one has not learned from the words of the past.
You find yourselves now in a tunnel similar to the one you were in before. There's a noticeable difference. Last time there was water around the tunnel, weaving around you really quickly. This time the tunnel is dry. And clearly whatever Angelok is, and however Angelok is capable of being in 2 universes simultaneously, but not in a complete form or anything, he is not in this place.
That's good.
I whisper, we cannot use our powers. He's been tracking us using that.
And I say, boo.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm slightly annoyed that she figured that out already, but okay.
Boo. Let's keep going then. Third manhole.
Third manhole.
And I count 1. That's 1 manhole.
Why do they call it a manhole?
Because that's the hole for men. Said what I said.
Some countries have these really elaborate manholes as well. Japan does it.
Why?
They're beautiful when you look at them. They're designed. Everyone's different in the location. And there's,
That's just
I think
an ugly square cut in the ceiling that looks terrible.
No, it's round for starters, so it doesn't fall down the hole.
Ours?
You're
our
talking
one's
about in a
here?
house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the manhole.
Oh, you're talking about the one to go into
We're
the
thinking
ceiling.
in a street,
Yeah.
like
Isn't that it?
when
I'm
you
with
see an
Stacey.
American.
Oh, that's what I was looking at.
You're not in a building, you're in a tunnel underground. You'd go out through a manhole into a street.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not perfect.
Is that really a thing we have in Australia though? Because I've only ever seen it in American movies.
No, like,
Same.
we
The
don't have the sewer
Japanese
holes.
obviously have them as well, but we do have ways to access our sewers.
Yeah, okay.
But they've got sometimes really elaborate ones. Some of them have the street map on them, so you know where you are, which is pretty cool. And some people track them down like train spotters. They're
Oh, really?
people because they're so elaborate.
Collect them all.
You only have to find the third one.
Was it the Ninja Turtles who had the...
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. But I think we found the third hole because it's not hard to count to 3.
All right, there's a long ladder towards it.
We're going. We're
Who's
going
going
for
up
it.
first?
Okay.
Apparently Freya.
Okay,
Miss
Freya's
Impulsive
going up.
over here.
Yeah.
Up she goes. And a reminder, just because I forgot to do it at the start, and I'm just throwing that out there, not that there's going to be any trouble getting out of this sewer. You've got the Reverend,
Annabelle Blue.
Annabelle Blue, and you've got
Cypher, but
who you no longer have.
don't have.
Because you're still seeing the world, I don't know, crossing over for you as you're going through this tunnel. It goes from being one that has been carved, one that has been formed, and one that has been built, and it just keeps switching backwards and forwards.
I disagree. I think you just took her away from me.
I think you rolled the dice.
I think you made the decision.
I think
Consequences of your actions.
yeah, might be you.
I don't like that.
Anyway, you get up through the sewer lid manhole and it scrapes open and you find yourselves in what appears to be an empty street. There are no people. People are terrified of this place these days because when you look up, you can see something that you didn't see when you went down, and that is the sun is moving at a very fast speed towards setting. And you see it set and night begins. And this is all in a matter of a couple of minutes.
So what time is in fast forward?
It's going the opposite direction though.
Backwards.
Oh, backwards. Oh,
well, the sun is definitely doing that.
yeah. Straka
can
might be trying to buy
also-
time
Yeah.
still.
Yeah, you can see something like wisps of something filtering in through or being drawn into the golden spear, the constellation that's still in
Yeah.
the sky here now. And you see, it looks like time is being dragged in. It's getting faster or being pulled in faster as if it takes more power,
That's not good news.
The new McCrispy Strip is here. Dip approved by ketchup, tangy barbecue, honey mustard, Sprite, McFlurry, Big Mac sauce, double dipped in buffalo and ranch, more ranch, and creamy chili McCrispy Strip Dip. Now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I think you're on mute.
Workday's starting to sound the same.
I think you're on mute.
Find something that sounds better for your career on LinkedIn. With LinkedIn Job Collections, you can browse curated collections by relevant industries and benefits, like flex PTO or hybrid workplaces, so you can find the right job for you. Get started at linkedin.com/jobs. Finding where you fit. LinkedIn knows how.
Hey business owners, we know you know the importance of maximizing every dollar. With the Delta SkyMiles Reserve Business American Express card, you can make your expenses work just as hard as you. From afternoon coffee runs to stocking office supplies and even team dinners, you can earn miles on all your business expenses. Plus, you can earn 110,000 bonus miles for a limited time through July 16th. The Delta SkyMiles Reserve Business Card. If you travel, you know. Minimum spending requirements and terms apply. Offer ends 7/16/25.
As I go through, I would like to roll for investigation. Have I got investigation?
Search.
Just to have a look around and see what's there.
Sure.
And if there's any danger.
Okay. It's the longest roll.
When it gets to me, I'll tell you what it is. I think 65. I can't quite.
It is indeed 65.
Oh, my search is indeed 30.
No, you don't really see anything spectacular. No, you don't see anything spectacular. Well, you do see the school. You are right in front of the school.
Hey! That's
as
good.
expected. You were told to come here.
Yeah.
So this is the street. This is you're at the front of the school. You can see this school, but your search is so poor. When I say you can see it, you are able to see it anytime you look on an angle.
It's not there.
And then when you look back, it's not there.
Okay. That's all right, because I'm going to say, because I've seen a flash of it, I'm going to say, girls, come through. I can see the school. We're going to go there now.
And we go.
The school is a large old building that looks rather gothic, and this is in anyone's time period.
Yep.
Doesn't matter when this building has been there and remains there. You can't see it, as I said, unless you're kind of looking on a bit of an angle. You see two beautiful wooden doors with large knockers on the front of it. Yes, I know what I said. I tried to get there before you did.
Honk, honk.
I actually didn't pick up on that one.
I definitely did.
Nothing gets past Indy.
Actually, on the topic of knockers, I saw a TikTok clip the other day from one of those like comedy shows or whatever, and the chick says she sometimes puts a squeaky dog toy in her bra. And that was my dream last night. I dreamt that I'd accidentally worn a squeaky toy in my bra to work, and like we were having a serious meeting, and I leant forward on the table and it just went squeak, and I was like...
If men had one of those like down their pants, first of all, because men grab themselves so often, it'd just be
scratching.
Because, and I don't want to make a big deal out of this, but it's goes where it pleases.
Yeah,
and
sticks,
it's uncomfortable. Right? It sticks in some situations. It's not comfortable. But if people were walking around readjusting themselves with the honky toy, the streets would be just everywhere you go.
Excuse me, everything's better wet over here.
I don't care as long as it's wet, mister.
Okay, I'm taking a little bit out of context. But that may be what I said before we started recording. So I wanted a drink.
I don't care.
I can't even say because I was thirsty.
I think I'd be super conscious of the fact that I have something there. Like I'm very glad that ours is all like internal.
Just there, just dangling all the time. Fuck that.
I don't know if dangling is the right word. We're not free and loose as much as you might think we are.
Oh, poor you.
Well, no, I'm just saying it's not that. Wow. No, it's not like we're currently, we're not walking around undressing and going freedom. It's not like that. I'm just saying that it's not
helicoptering
around in the wind. Yeah.
I know.
We're not finding out what time of day it is using some sort of penal sundial.
And I can feel it's raining.
But like the water sticks that they use to find water. It's like, where is it, boy? Where is it?
That'd take two of us.
Crossing swords at a whole new level.
We started at a very tame place, knockers, and ended up here.
This is what happens when you guys all go back to your school humour. This is exactly what you would have been like at school, I reckon. All three of you.
100%.
This is a blooper for Patreon for sure.
No, it's going in.
Cut out.
We walked into a school and we became children.
You did straight away.
Yeah.
In fact, and you're just slightly ahead of me.
Yeah.
That is exactly what happened.
When
you go through the front door, each of you notices that the other person shrinks.
Oh, going back to children.
My kids. Oh,
now,
so cute.
You can decide what to look like at this stage. This is actually the magic of the school. It's temporary while you're in the building.
Okay.
But visitors are turned into children. And everyone's at that same level except for the teachers and so forth.
Can we get an age range on, like, what do you mean by children?
It's middle school.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you look like?
I'm going to blonde pigtails. I think that's cute. With a little bow in each one.
Oh, that is adorable. Little Lassiter he has glasses and he has braces and he's just breaking out in pimples.
What, as you said, this would be awful to actually watch that happen at fast speed.
And he's gangly and little, and he wears suspenders to keep his shorts up.
I think he'd still be in a little suit.
No, they're like the shorts, like pantsuit shorts.
Okay, yep.
With a button-up white shirt and suspenders over.
Okay.
But it's because of this background that turned him into such a strong, sexy detective.
Yes.
Yeah, this was his origin story.
I'm going to have a tunic on too.
Yeah, you're having a tunic.
I used to have to wear one to school when I was little. One day, Mum put stockings on me, and we got to school, and I said, "Mum, I think you forgot to put the undies under me," and so I had stockings with no undies on. So we had to drive home.
Nothing changes, eh? Nothing changes.
It was so uncomfortable, but I just didn't realise because I was little.
I went to Catholic school as well, so same tunic and tights.
Yeah,
and I had eczema when I was little, and the tights used to set it off, and so I was always scratching.
Yeah.
And then...
Was it honking when you were doing that?
Yes, of course. I was always scratching uncomfortable because like a wool and itchy and eczema was breaking out. And then the teachers, Catholic school teachers back in the 90s were horrible. And they yelled at me for having my hands in my stockings. And I was like, I'm not being weird. I'm just readjusting.
I've told you before, I'm so old I went to school and they still hit kids with canes. And I was one of the people who got hit. Haven't I? I got hit by canes.
You were old enough to be hit by canes?
Yeah. And it was a nun who hit me. I did go to a Catholic school for a while. And then I changed over to our public system when I went to high school.
God bless.
And I got hit there too by a teacher. I got hit over the back of the legs by a nun with a cane. back when that was how you educated people. And there would be people listening going, that's the only way to educate. And I'm like, well, that's how you get it wrong. And the high school I went to, the woodwork teacher actually had a paddle that he'd made on the school equipment. I know. This doesn't...
because of the Simpsons thing, that's a paddling. That's where my mind went.
Well before the Simpsons did anything like that.
But it's barbaric.
Yeah.
I just can't believe there was a time when it was okay to hit children and like other people's children.
Yeah.
Not even your own.
That's
But not just that, celebrated. This was mounted at the front of the room and had engraved, using that burning engraving they do, the words "the paddle," so that he could sort of and point at the paddle.
Every child is hit.
And it wasn't, and it wasn't one of those things where you looked at it and went, "Oh, it's a jokey threat thing." It was like it was easy to access and get pulled down. I got hit by that too. And you might be thinking both times, "Oh, he must have been a horrible kid." I was a really good kid. I probably spoke out of turn or didn't hear a sentence or something like that. And it was really ridiculous.
My dad got hit for that reason. He was talking.
Yeah.
And instead of like, oh, hey, don't talk, which would have been just probably warning enough. No, they caned his knuckles. I'm like,
yeah.
What?
And this society turned out so well. The one we've got now that's full of people who are angry and want violence all the time. I don't know where that came from.
It's hard to say.
Let's hope you're not in one of those schools.
Yeah.
The school itself is dark. The lights are flickering. We haven't described you. Yeah.
Sorry, I was actively Googling 1900s children's fashion.
Oh.
Well, because like I keep being really ignorant to my like time period stuff. So I have on like super adorable like poofy dress with the big puffs. Like it's one of those like pinafore, but like circle skirt dresses.
Oh, cute.
Comes down past the knees. Yeah. Someone else will. Big puffy sleeves that like everything's white, and I've got a giant bow on my head.
I made that assumption about the bow. Are you in black and white just to make it time periody?
Actually, yeah.
I've had kids ask me that in the past, when kids have actually asked me if everything was black and white. And they weren't just talking about me being colourblind. Finally, I got a reference in. All right. You do also notice you each have sort of a soft glow around the outside of you. That's the magic working away. But it also provides a little bit of light, which is handy because the rooms are dark, or the hallway is dark. You can see in the distance the foyer, and there's nobody there. What would you like to do?
No teachers, no one at all?
Not at the foyer area, no. There's no one behind. There's no SAS staff or whatever they're called in your part of the world.
Okay, I am going to then run a search.
Sure. What are you looking for?
Child. Or
the child. You have no idea what he looks like.
Yeah. Then I'm going to look for a class photo set with the names underneath. You know how they do that?
Oh, yes, the yearbook pictures.
The yearbook.
Okay.
Good idea.
Good idea. Give me a roll.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
I feel like we need to take a break.
This makes me really happy.
That was really good. Let's that'll do us.
Sometimes there's also those like catalysts to celebrate
coming up
things.
next week.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah, 3, and my search is 50.
There are lots of photos of different classes here. There are many different classes, and for whatever frickin' reason, you look straight at one.
She skims and scans.
She just quickly looks at one, and the very first one, you're like, oh, that's a photo of that class right there. And in the middle of it, you can see the names they've got in the bottom of it, and his name is Dumu, as you already know. And one weird thing about the photo is these kids also have a glow that's similar to what you have. So they're all glowing.
They all stay that age?
Well, I think one of the things you can probably infer from that is that whatever they look like in the picture might not be what they look like in real life.
Yeah, when they're in the school, they like us look like children.
Yeah, and that's because this school is a place. It's the school for the gods and the gifted. This is a place where people go to not necessarily be noticed by, because everyone here must be something of some importance. Perhaps that's how they cover up who everyone is.
Smart.
Otherwise, there could be, who knows, dragons in classrooms and whatever incredibly powerful beasts these things are, would not fit into those little chairs they give you.
True.
So they all become kids, including you.
Oh, it's so cute. How do you come up with this stuff? What movie is that from?
That one's clearly from my own experience of school. Okay.
It's an early script from the Buffy reboot.
But Dumu would look like the school photo when we see him, because he's in the school still. So
yes, you would recognise what he looks like in the school. Yeah. But if he's not here, then he could look like something else.
He's at the movies, we're fucked.
Yeah.
But at the moment, he is in wherever class 4A is.
How do we know where he is?
Well, you know which class he's in. That's a pretty good start. There's hallways.
Because the class photo would have had the class.
Oh, I've got you. Classic.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I thought 4A was the room. I'm like, what, just says it on the photo?
No, just his class. You don't know which room he's in.
Okay, so we are going to look up the timetable for 4A.
Well, yeah, we're in the foyer. Surely there'd be even if the staff aren't there should be. Yeah.
Would have been really easy if you could look into the future, because I'm sure someone would have left the computer unlocked and easily accessed. But in the time periods that you have available, probably not so hard either. You just have to go through the filing cabinets and look things up.
Yes.
There's no one here to stop you.
Exactly. So we are going to run over to the thing.
Actually, while you're looking through that, can I look around and see if there's any? Because sometimes for young kids especially, you have signage, little arrows pointing in places or
cute.
Whatever.
Yes, yeah, there's different wings with different names. 3 different wings that you can see, directions you can head off down tunnels. There's pictures rather than words. So there's something that's clearly a potion or the elixir wing or something like that. There's the sword wing and there's the bow wing.
Oh, that's so cool.
But they're just pictures of those things. So these kids follow the pictures rather than the names. Who's
so we're looking through the
who's looking through the
chest?
That's me.
Yeah. What'd you get? What's your search roll?
I'm going to roll again.
Yeah.
Why can't that was a good roll. And
it really
carry
was.
Over. How can't it carry over? We're still in the same moment.
It was incredible. It was a critical success. I gave you incredible information straight away.
Okay, you're right.
You got both the name of the kid and the class name.
Yeah, that's fair.
And what they look like.
I can see.
Get a 2 now.
35.
Still under.
All right. It might take a little bit of time.
Okay, so I'm doing this with my fingers through the files.
Again, visual medium. But everyone wondering...
Well, that's why we need video people, so chop onto Patreon.
You really need to see what she's doing with her fingers right now.
You don't want to miss out on this.
She's wiggling her phalanges.
Yeah.
I'm wiggling my phalanges. I'm going through files.
You normally only get that on her OnlyFans. So...
Only phalanges.
Only phalanges. That sounds absolutely horrible.
It does.
There is one of those out there because there's
no
feet ones.
This is not something you do not search that from my location.
Only
to your Wi-Fi and then just
imagine,
search.
not bad. I like that. We could make that up. We could, because this could be our game changer.
I like my hands.
This is the money maker.
This is how we get digital.
I've got a cute.
This is how you get digital.
Which is also relevant to only phalanges.
Yeah, only phalanges.
This is how
Just says
digital.
get digital underneath it, the slogan.
I've got a cute mole on my middle finger that I really love. I could do that.
Yeah. I've got freckles. I've got for anyone into that.
I've got 2 black fingernails.
I did notice that. What happened?
Jammed them when I was moving. Yeah, I know. Now they're all bruised and gross. I've got to get them off.
Some money's down this month. People are
someone could be into it.
I don't know.
I'm still damaged goods.
The internet scares me with that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Actually,
anyway,
okay.
You do just for at this stage.
We came up with a great business.
It wouldn't have mattered if she'd
hush-hush
rolled high or low right now. I would still be like, and then you find it. You do. You find it straight away, so we can get away from only phalanges.
Yeah, get ready for our next side quest.
You do have this. I guess half an issue. Time is weird at the moment. But they should be in the elixir wing in room 15.
Elixir wing, room 15.
I'm going to use my navigation tool.
Okay,
to get us there.
You have a navigation tool?
Yeah, it's called navigate.
You mean your skill? It's a corridor.
Also, there's only 3 options and it's the elixir, and I can see the picture of the elixir.
Oh, so we're good to go?
Yeah, we're fine.
You're not actually a kid first day at school where they give you no help whatsoever.
The kids can navigate it, but she can't.
They're like year 7 kids, with their little timetables, where do I go?
And you're out there trying to find the stars. Move south, people. It's very clearly labelled that you head down the elixir wing and you're looking for room 4.
15.
15.
Fuck me.
I just said it and we've got 3 different possibilities.
I wrote it down.
Thank God you wrote it down. I thought about writing it down and I was like, I can remember that. And then I went, 4.
You know what? I know it wasn't room 4, I said.
I thought it was.
It's in room 15.
Okay. Well, off we go
you're
to the
at
room.
15 and you can hear as you arrive, there's you can hear the voice of a teacher inside that room talking away to the kids.
Hi, I'm Ella from the UK and I play Miss Stuberingham. Hello, children. Welcome to class. It is delightful to see you all, sitting there in your uniforms, row by row. Everyone's socks at exactly the right height for learning. Little Timothy, I taught your father, you know. A right terror he could be. Not like you, I'm sure. Or does the apple not fall far from the tree? And what about you, Master Blake? Did we forget something?
Oh my God, this is like trauma. I'm getting flashbacks.
I see a blue pen. I see a black pen. I even see a nice, sharp HB pencil. Very sharp indeed. What? how does one intend to erase your highly anticipated errors without an eraser?
That's a bitch.
And you, the ever so demure Kate. Butter wouldn't melt in your mouth now, would it? But would you melt in butter? Now there's a thought. Okay, children, be seated. It's time for today's lesson on manners.
How's this a school for the godly and gifted?
Because they have to be very godly and gifted to have patience to deal with her.
Yeah. Like I'd love to see their curriculum and their mission statement, because I just do not think that this is the learning environment for such children.
Also, she's a little creepy as well, like focusing on the very, very sharp pencil. And would you melt in butter?
She creeps me out.
I wonder.
I don't like her. Let's kill her.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe not in front of the children, but let's kill her.
Well, you are children, remember?
Yeah. And now I'm like, got something to say to me, bitch. That's what I say.
From outside the room, or you?
If we use any of our magic, we're going to call Angelok here.
It's all right, there's a sharp pencil in the room.
The pencil is not that much mightier than the sword, I was thinking. Good luck with that, yeah. You are outside the room. The door is shut, though, so what you heard was mumbling a little bit.
Do we see, like, is there a peeky window we can look through to, like, see if we can see?
Yes, there is. Goodness. There is a hole that you can look through. Only one of you can look through. It's only a small
Are we
little
too
window.
short for it, though? Should we shoulder
No, you
it?
can see. You know what? Just for me, yes.
Okay.
Before your very eyes, the window slides up a little bit higher, and now one of you will need to be on someone else's shoulders.
Does anyone have a trench coat so we can complete this look?
I'll go on the bottom. Do you want me to go on the bottom?
I was going to put the little pigtail girl on my shoulders.
That's not how they do it. You don't put the shortest person on the bottom and lift the biggest one.
Yeah, but I was thinking like buff Bindi, like.
You're a sweet little girl in a tunic and pigtails.
You didn't describe that earlier.
Can you have one of those really cute little upturned, like almost piggy noses as well? Like,
absolutely.
Because if you're like a little nugget of a kid with these cute pigtails and this cute little button nose.
I like it.
Back to the game we were playing.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. You do have a look in the room, and there appears to be whole rows and rows of kids, because even in this school for the gifted and godly, they still think the best way to teach kids is to put them in little seats and point them at the front of the room. And the teacher is doing a roll call. She's calling out Viren Asselspier, Sweet Tea Beauregard, Bellamy Bessix, Morna Bloodhammer, and you can hear kids saying, here. Their voices, though, don't seem to match the child sometimes.
I was trying to hear.
Daukos Carter, Grey Dove Cold Moon, the name you've heard before, Hagen Dark Shadow, Evelyn Durata, Kel Eldalis, Farron Elmcrow, he, Cass Fourgold, Balthazar Alvar Giltree, Hindrance Malaki,
shut up. Hindrance? Love.
Dumu.
Yay!
Dumu.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Dumu. He's wagging, isn't he?
And there's an empty seat.
He's at the movies.
Maybe he just went to the toilet. Let's go check the toilets. Is that weird?
Is that weird? Well, you're kids now. It's still a little weird, but...
Still weird.
Are they the toilets with no doors? Because they used to freak me the fuck out.
I'm sorry.
Oh, like in preschool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean no doors?
It was just like a room, like it was like basically a corridor you walked through, and they just had toilets next to each other, which I still dream about, by the way.
Yeah, I have nightmares about that, but I don't think I experienced it.
No, you buried it into the nightmare zone.
Just like have a wall. If you don't have to have you don't have to have a door, but like
have a wall, at least a privacy shield.
All right, and in boys' toilets, we have the urinal. So while girls are dealing with
I still think that's weird.
It is weird.
Yeah.
It's like a trough of, for
weird.
horses. It's weird. But it has little urinary cakes in it, so that makes it smell better, which
trough lolly.
absolutely don't work.
No, it's called a trough lolly.
Trough lolly. And when I went to school, what the boys would do, because they're long urinals, they would see how many laps of the urinal run side of that. They'd start on the left and run while weeing.
Of course.
And get to the edge and then run all the way back and see how many laps you could do weeing from left to right. Our toilets were less traumatic than yours, but in a very different way. Like they're long-term problematic, but short-term they're like, that. We made it fun.
I'm just picturing like every kid covered in piss.
No, they didn't go at the same time.
Surely you can't piss. Well, I don't know. I actually don't know. I actually don't know this.
No, we have better targeting skills. We don't always use them as
yeah, but
people
surely
are
you'd get
skilled.
some kind of splashback.
The one you don't want to know about is how many men don't wash their hands when they leave the toilets.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
never, I don't shake hands for that very reason. I'm like, no, no, it's gross.
I don't know why I need to know this, but what was your record on the laps?
I can't remember.
Oh.
Yeah, at least I got a participation award.
You'd have to have a full bladder. Yeah, my competitive streak, I'd be like.
Yeah, you'd be like putting down in liters and liters of water in class. You're like, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, Jason.
You'd be stretching.
I'm also imagining that it'd be like like there'd be a line of people because you've got to have the urinal clear to do it. So there'd be a line of people be like, okay, how many can you do? Okay, my turn next, my turn. I've been holding it for the whole thing. And then they go and they're like, haha, I got 3.
See, I told you, fun.
It actually sounds fun. I don't feel traumatized by this at all.
No.
But I feel a sense of team.
That is better.
Camaraderie.
No, it's definitely an individual sport, but
Meta AI is the personal AI that's tailored to you, now with its very own app. It's built to get to know you, offering helpful answers and inspiration. Looking for something to add to your bucket list? Meta AI goes beyond traveling the world. It remembers you're a basketball fanatic and suggests you attend one of the playoff games. Just start typing or speaking to get the answers you need, wherever and whenever, because Meta AI is your personal AI. Download the Meta AI app, now available on the Apple App Store and Google Play.
This episode is brought to you by Tic Tac. Summer tastes like Tic Tac. Tantalize your taste buds this sunny season with citrus adventure and orange. 2 everyday flavors that bring summer in every. Tic Tac Citrus Adventure is a yummy, vibrant medley of lemon, lime, and mandarin. And Tic Tac Orange is the perfect mix of tangy and sweet. Visit us at Tic Tac USA on social to refresh your summer with Tic Tac.
Jif peanut butter. It's that jiffing good, it doesn't really need advertising. So instead, enjoy the calming sounds of the ocean. Jif. Ooh, it's that jiffing good. Get your Jif at jif.com.
Okay, all right, sorry.
So what do you want to do? You got kids in there.
This fucking kid, I think
we need to go to the movies.
Yeah, I think he's whopping and he's going to the movies.
All right.
That was a big clue.
It was. Do you know where they are?
All right, let's use navigation to go to the movies.
Yes.
That's not.
Why?
This school does not have signs to go to the movies.
Well, we'll go out the front and there should be movies. Movies, Hoyt Cinemas. This way.
Yeah.
It's a Ritchie school. Is there a movie theatre in the school?
There isn't. No, but again, you don't have labels for that anyway. And who knows, even the movie theatre itself could be covered in gap.
What's annoying about this is that what we thought he looked like is not what we're looking for anymore.
Very true.
If he's out of the school.
But he'll look like an older version of it, right? So there'll be certain things. So were there any distinctive traits that you noticed when you looked at him? Like a large, beautiful birthmark? No, I'm asking you because you looked at the picture.
I didn't describe anything
something up so we can use it.
I didn't describe anything like that. You can go back and look at the picture, I guess. I've definitely given you enough clues to figure out where he is.
Toilet.
No, you decided it was the toilet. He's doing laps at the toilet. You just hear a voice from the distance, 15, 16.
And then chugging.
He's chugging while running.
Doing it.
Just refilling on the fly.
All right, so I'm going to go back to the photo because I just realised I didn't talk about what he looks like at all.
All right, so you head back down to look at the picture to see if you can get a better look at what, and this is just you, Little Lassiter. I'm putting Little in front of everybody's name for a while.
Please do, I insist.
Little Lassiter looks at the picture and what you see is he's actually kind of difficult to get a really good look at. Almost like you've got to tilt your head.
Oh, yes, so I tilt my head.
You tilt your head to really get a look. If you look straight on, all you see is the outline, the glow, the same glow that you have. But if you look straight on, like when you're looking straight on, he's not there. He's just the glow. When you tilt your head to the side, you can see his features. So he has green skin, very green, like almost bright. Humanoid features, but his skin looks almost scaled at parts, lizard-like.
Oh, yeah.
And dark points of eyes.
I just wrote Jimmy is green. Okay.
So we've gone back to have a look at the photo.
No, you two stayed.
Oh.
You can go back if you want. I just didn't hear you.
Let's spitball here. So we know when he's 6th class that he might go to the movies. Who was the chick? Did you write this down?
Yeah.
Who was the girl that he was trying to get to go to the movies with him?
It was Greta Cold Moon because I had to cross out Greta.
Greta Cold Moon. Yes.
Was she in class?
She was in class.
Yes.
She was in class.
Only Dumu's not in class.
Yeah.
Otherwise, perfect attendance.
We've only got like one lead though. So we've either got school or the movies. That was in the book. So if she's not with him, do you reckon she'd know where the movies are?
Yes, because she went with him once.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's ever been with him, but I mean, surely she...
Oh, she would know.
She lives around here.
Maybe any of the kids would probably know, but you know.
Yeah. Oh my God, why don't we just ask her if she knows who Dumu is?
Or
maybe he tried to invite her
we
somewhere.
could ask that too.
And she didn't go.
How are we going to get her out of the room, though?
We're not. There's an empty seat and I'm going to go sit in it.
Oh, you're going to go in?
I'm just going to go in.
You're just going to hope the teacher doesn't know who normally sits in that seat.
What if
I'm new here? I just enrolled.
Okay.
Or I could shapeshift into Doomu.
I mean, that
Fucking
sounds
brilliant.
That might be the first time you've offered to shapeshift into someone you know what they look like.
She doesn't, but I do.
But
He's
she
green.
doesn't, yeah.
Yeah, I'll run down the corridor and look at the photo and then just change then and there.
Yep, love
Did
it.
you say look at the photo?
No, let me talk. Let me talk.
Okay.
Of Doomu.
LB.
Uh-huh.
LB, listen
Yep.
to me. That's a fucking brilliant plan.
Don't listen to the big voice coming out of the
Don't
sky.
listen to whoever that is. Listen to me. LB. Cool story about the photos. You got to side eye them too. But come with me because you know how you shapeshift.
Yes.
You're going to need to know what he looks like. And bitch, he's green. It's so cool. So yeah, come have a look. Come have a look. And then I usher her away. And then I'm like, now stand like this. And she sees that he is green, scaly with humanoid features and the dark eyes.
You can, I mean, from the angle, you can look pretty much at what he looks like clothing-wise, the whole thing. But if you'd looked straight on and not done it, I would have made you look like the outline of him, and that wouldn't have worked. But yes, you can.
Okay, perfect.
Go team. Okay.
Great. All right, now
do
I
it.
transform into him.
You are looking exactly like Doomu.
And I'm going to knock on the door. I'm going to run back down the corridor. Knock on the door and say, pardon me, miss. Sorry, I was late.
What voice do you use for that? Because you know what he looks like, but
I'm going to use a deeper voice, deeper male's voice. Sorry, miss. I was doing laps of the trough.
sorry, miss, I was doing.
And then just as I walk in, cough and go, 18.
And then high five like you guys.
Yep, and you go and sit down.
Great.
And the teacher is disgruntled, stares at you longer, sighs. Mr. Moo, late again, are we? You can do a detention today. Double time, of course. 5 minutes late, 10 minutes at lunch. And then turns back to what is an unnecessarily black board. It's deeply black and starts scratching the chalk on the board. And I'm going to be very nice to our listeners. I'm not putting that sound effect in. Not doing it. Not doing it. So in your head, you can go, yeah, it sounds horrible, but I'm not going to put it in the effects. And maybe just do maybe a little.
Oh, God, why is there such shivers down your spine? My hands are sweating now.
I'm impressed they got the board so clean, though. I'd like to know the secrets.
When I say blackboard, pure black, and when she writes it, the words seem to float, and she's writing about good manners, and she's already up to point number 3. She's clearly wiping out what she'd written before and writing up punctuality instead, and then making it very clear that Mr. Moo is late and sighing a lot and doing all those sort of things that teachers love to do.
Some people are still working on this one.
Yes,
kind of
that sort of thing. We can all go to lunch when everyone is finished. Like, oh, that's a good one, yeah.
She turns around to write on the board. I'm going to whisper to...
Really?
Grey goose.
Grey dove.
Grey dove.
Cold moon.
I think that's bullying, but anyway.
I'm going to just whisper across to Grey dove and say...
How do you know which one she is?
Because we're in alphabetical order. We're in seating order.
Yes, you are in alphabetical order.
And I'm next to her.
Well, no, because there are
Near.
a bunch of kids between you.
Well, but...
Your last name is Moo and hers is Cold Moon.
Wait, specifically though, Freya was on top of, she was one looking through the window, so she would have seen the kid raise their hand when they were called.
Correct.
Any method you use other than I think I saw her. Because you can tell me
her raising hand.
what order was she in? What number kid do you think she was? By the way, all these names were from people's characters from our Patreon. They're real
So
D&D.
cool.
They're in our story, in our world now.
I didn't think you're that creative.
Thanks.
Jeez.
Fucking hell.
You know that's clearly a joke. You know
No, it's fine over there. Fuck Nozzle.
Your delivery is so good.
Yeah, just because originally your character's name was going to be Fuck Nozzle Hammerhorn. Anyway, Fuck Nozzle's still outside the room. But do you remember, can you give me a number of where you think she'd be sitting? And I'll see how you go.
6.
Here's the order. Viren Asselsphere, Sweet Tea Beauregard, Belmy Besix, Morna Bloodhammer, Dalcos Carter, and Grey Dove Cold Moon.
Oh, Alana, you are so good. I was going to say 12.
Very well done, Lana.
It's a Lana. Wow.
You do remember Grey Dove, who is sitting in the second row, but it's still a little bit away from you. I don't know, you might need to pass a note.
Oh, roll a note. Oh, roll a note. Oh,
Like a
scrunch up
joint.
a note. Yeah, I was going to say.
Roll would be like, where's Doomu? She's like,
One of my favourite memes is when it says the only joints I roll these days are my ankles. Like, that's so funny.
Because it's true.
Yeah. So I'm going to write down on the note, what time was that movie that I asked you to go to? Oh, and and where is the movie?
No, she won't find that weird.
No, I'm just going to say, what time was the movie that I asked you to go to?
How do you ask a person to show you to the movie theatre you've gone to many times?
I'm starting to see some holes in this plan.
Yeah. And she doesn't want to go.
That we're getting her to do it. Although I'm assuming your sneak would be very high. So you could probably get her a note sneakily.
If I say to her, hey, where are the movies? Obviously, she'll realise it's probably not me.
Or think that something has
she'll
gone
think it's
very
someone
wrong.
else. Yeah.
Well, the diary did say that he has tried before and failed.
Yes, which is concerning because I don't know how to pick up a 10-year-old girl.
Is she 10?
Well, she's middle school age.
Middle school, okay.
Bit older.
15-year-old girl.
But you're not picking up. You're going to the movies.
Yeah.
It's not like...
Still, if she said no before, I don't want to be that person who's like...
Maybe he was picking movies she wasn't interested in.
Ooh.
I would say, this teacher's a bitch. Let's get out of here.
Yes.
Movie of your choice. Tickets on me.
I like that.
Unfortunately, she's out of the room, so...
Who?
Well, little Lassiter.
Oh, okay. So I've just come up with this great one.
Well, I am muting little Lassiter now, so you have to do that from your memory. Because I know that'll be a struggle. Because you were only half paying attention, weren't you?
Fuck. So I'm going to say, this teacher sucks. Let's go to the movies. Your choice. I'll pay for the tickets. Something
All
like
right,
that.
how are you going to get it to her?
I'm going to throw it, of course. Like every...
Spitball it.
Who?
I know.
Like every little, I don't know, American teenage movie.
Right, because that never goes wrong in those movies.
I have my mage hand, but would that...
I will throw something at you if you use your goddamn powers.
Also not in the room. You are on your own in there.
I'm shutting up.
So I'm just going to use my mage hand.
That won't freak out this little girl who's never seen it before.
I can pick what it is and it's invisible.
It has never been invisible.
There's been no specifications
Doesn't
of
mean
that.
you can't make it less...
When did you say that specifically?
Well, specifically, I've always allowed you to tell us what it looks like, not what it doesn't look like.
Okay, well, it
Lawyered.
looks like the colour of the... Like, as it goes past, it just chameleons into whatever it sees.
So it's a camouflaged hand.
Yes.
But that means you will see it, just like the Predator in the movie Predator.
All it's going to do is just going to sleuth past, drop the paper, and then come back.
All right. I am going to need...
And obviously she's aware of magic because we're in a school for the gifted and God-like.
Sure. Yep. There's probably absolutely nothing in place to stop people using their magic. The mage hand floats across the room holding the note and goes across to Miss Coldmoon, little Miss Coldmoon, and drops the note on the table. You can choose between your charm, your charisma, or your persuade.
Okay, well, riddle me this, but I am stuck between 15 for charm.
Not your strength.
Not my strength. 60 for charisma. And what was the other one?
Persuade.
30. So I'm probably going to go with the charisma.
All right, see if you can get underneath that charisma roll.
What's the bet? I fuck it up.
Don't you put that in the universe.
What did you get?
I got 83.
Oh.
I did.
You can't roll with negative energy.
I know. Okay, I'll go again.
Well, the note's already there now. And Miss Stotheringham turns around.
That was better, 34.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, Miss Stotheringham turns around just as the floating salmon camouflaged hand.
She can't see because she's got
Yeah.
glasses and they're off at the moment.
But she can see the floating note in the hand.
God damn it.
Fuck.
As the note lands on the table. And she does what
and it's got,
everybody
like,
else does.
She's going to go read it and it's...
Well, I wonder where this came from, she says, and she picks up the note, and you feel that pain as she starts to read it out to the class.
Everywhere else but there. Also,
just act really shocked, like, oh my God, who would say that?
What did you say about her again?
I said she was mean.
That she sucks.
This teacher sucks. Well, she kind of does. And also, let's be real. Mm-hmm. She's not actually my teacher. So
I don't think she knows that part. Yeah, she's unaware of that. Well. Whose note is it? Whose note is it?
Mine, miss.
Wow, the confidence.
Well,
Think we all know what happens now, Mr. Moo?
yes, I get to go to the movies with Turtle Dove.
Love it.
You're really not great at the picking up of the girl when you don't even get her name right.
Dove.
Stop looking at me.
Turtle
I think she's
Dove.
more attracted to him because of this.
Oh, Grey Dove. Grey Dove. Grey Dove. Hey, Grey Dove.
maybe a better nickname. But either way, Miss Dotheringham says, straight to detention. Right away. And at this school, they have an active detention room. So it's always available and you're being sent to it.
Okay.
I would send the very reliable Miss Coldmoon, but clearly you already wanted her attention. So instead, she looks around the class and all the kids are struggling to make, like they don't want to make eye contact with her. And she says, Hagen Darkshadow, you escort Mr. Moo all the way to detention, please. And she hastily writes some little note on a bit of red paper and hands it to Hagen, or Hagen. His real name is Hagen, I think, but she pronounces everyone's names incorrectly because she's that sort of teacher, and ushers you out of the room.
Well, on my way past, I'm going to say, meet me at the movies in half an hour.
Love it. I love it.
Yeah, you're a rebel without a cause at this stage. Miss Coldmoon clearly looks away from you. Little Miss Coldmoon, and she is like, oh, God, no.
Yeah,
under
but
her
now
breath.
she's going to be like, well, how's he going to get out of detention? So as I leave the room, I'm just going to turn into Hagen.
Fuck yeah. Smart.
Well, you're outside the room now. The teacher, fortunately, has not followed you out, but Hagen is in the corridor with you, and the girls are there as well, and you've just turned into Hagen. I'll give you 3 seconds to figure out why he won't start screaming.
Cover his mouth.
Because we punch him.
God.
Just punch him. Fair in the face. Knock him out. Convince him it was all a dream. Gaslight.
You're there with them as well, if you guys want to punch the Hagen.
No, I was just going to cover his mouth.
I've already punched him.
Okay. I'm going to use my X Factor to figure out what to do.
X Factor is a great little thing that we haven't really touched on, which is almost like this. In any given moment, you can roll this X Factor and see if some sort of solution is presented to you, I guess you could say.
Yes, because I've got down here, only use in the situation when you can't figure it out.
Yeah. But before you get to do that, unfortunately for you, little Jamie Lee / Morrigan has put her hand over Hagen's mouth at the exact same time as little Lassiter, very little Lassiter, I will remind you, has decided to punch him. Hagen is bigger than you.
Fuck, guys, and I'm usually the rogue one.
I'm going to be nice enough to let you at least pick which one it was before. You did see her change, so you know that you're hitting the right Hagen.
Oh, imagine that.
Let's see how you go with this attack. What is your strength?
40.
40. Little Lassiter's strength is 20. Good luck.
Thank you. 7.
I also love that you didn't even look as you rolled it. You stared him down.
I know. I thought this is either going to be really cool or really embarrassing, but it was
Your punch connects and also manages to miss the other hand, the hand covering the mouth, because that would have been painful.
Yes.
And you punch him very hard and he falls to the ground. He's very upset.
We drag him into a closet.
We just punch. No, we
I'm
have
sorry, but the whole
we
universe
have to do
is at
that.
stake. What's one punch to one kid?
You just punched a child whose outline is starting to shimmer and becoming larger and larger.
Get him into the closet fast.
The hallway doesn't have a closet.
Oh, for fuck's sake. What? No janitor's closet. What about a classroom? An empty classroom?
An empty classroom?
Yeah.
You'll have to move quick.
Yeah.
So we started at room 15. Room 16. Here's some X Factor time. Let's just find out how lucky you are with it. X Factor. Is this room empty?
26. Yes, it is.
Fuck. The next room is empty and you can drag the clearly getting larger Hagen. He is turning back into whatever he normally is.
All right, and then we shove him in there, we lock the door and we bolt for the movies.
Where are they again?
No, I'm going to run back in and I'm just going to say, come on, Grey Dove, let's go.
Nobody talks to you.
Oh, no. Well, I'm Hagen. Fuck. I fucked that up.
Hagen runs back into the room and
That's
says,
why I had
hey,
to
Grey
punch
Dove, let's go. And Grey Dove is like, why is this happening? Grey Dove is now so embarrassed. That's 2 of the classmates now trying to get her to go to the movies. And she's like, Miss, I've never gone to the movies. I've always been good.
Grab by the hand and just go.
Yeah?
I'll just grab him come on, let's go.
I'm going to grab her by the hand and just go.
Now, not to draw comparisons, but when I'm trying to get Kobe to come with me, I grab him by the lead and I just act really excited. I'm like, come on, let's go. He's like, yay, where are we going? And I'm like, to bed, huh?
Grade of Cold Moon is probably not a dog.
I said not to draw comparisons, but kinda.
As you turn, Miss Stotheringham covers the exit to the room. She blocks the door.
I take out her knees, like kick her in the back of the knees.
Oh my God.
But I didn't go to the room because I'm like, this is just chaos and now I'm panicking.
I love it.
The resort to violence has been staggering so far.
Well, it's been a while since we got into a good fight. We're kind of a bit antsy.
I also feel less guilty
We're also kids now, so something's happening.
Something's happened.
And I feel less guilty about attacking her than I did watching these guys attack that poor kid.
What is your strength?
Oh no. I just remembered I'm Jamie Lee.
Little Jamie Lee.
Can I use my X Factor instead?
No.
30.
15. You got to roll under 15.
Oh, go Lana. You got this.
Can I stick with 30?
No.
Because it's 30.
Ouch. If you weren't being little Jamie Lee, something weird happens. When you go to kick her in the back of the leg, your leg goes straight through her.
Ah, shit.
Ew.
Not like you can feel it, like she's not there. Ghostly,
so we just run straight through her?
I succeed anyway.
Succeed in your bad luck.
She cannot stop us. Let's go.
All right.
As you run through her, she starts rabbiting on about the school policy, because that's all she has to stop you with. Young man, young lady, you come back here.
You suck.
And you keep yelling at her. She goes,
You suck. And I'm like double birding. Why? Lassie doesn't go to this school, never did, never will.
This will go on your permanent record. And you hear permanent record.
I don't exist here.
Permanent record echoes all the way through the corridor. Back to you.
All right, I'm still holding her hand. I'm running out.
You're still Hagen, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes.
And then I shapeshift back into me.
Oh, into which version of you?
Oh, LV.
The little girl with pigtails. Cute.
Yeah. And I say, I'm so sorry to do this to you. I'm so sorry to bring you into this. But we've got quite a dilemma on our hands and we need to know where Doomu is. We need to know where he is. Can you please just point us to the movies?
She stops and she is petrified of you. But she's shaking and she just says, he sneaks out through the gym and through the basketball courts in the gym. He goes through in the back of the room. Please let me go.
Of course I will let you go. I'm not going to hurt you at all. I just need to know where the movies are as well.
I don't know. I've never gone with him. I just know that's how he sneaks out.
You never been to a movie at all? I mean,
don't leave
get a
this.
life.
She starts to cry. I live here like everyone else has to.
Leave the school.
Oh, you can't leave the school.
We're not supposed to.
Do you want to come with us?
Oh, come to the movies.
She looks around the room at her options.
You won't even get in trouble because it's not your fault. We dragged you.
She's a good kid and she's not running off with the new kid who's arrived 5 minutes ago and saying, "Hey, come with me."
True.
The only joints I roll are my ankles.
But your only chance to do something wild without getting in trouble because it's not your fault. You got dragged.
She does not look like that sort of kid who's just going to go with you. Plus, I don't think she helps. She's never been to the movies. Why would you take her?
Yeah, that's true. It's just more
She needs
baggage.
to get out.
I know.
Hey, you put kids here.
That's all right. She knows how to get out, so she really wanted to. She could leave. All right. Thank you so much for your help. Appreciate it. Tell them we kidnapped you. It's all our fault. XOXO, Freya, Gossip Girl.
Honestly, no notes.
She bolts away from you really quickly.
Great. All right, let's go, guys. To the gym.
Where is it?
We're looking good. We're going to look around for us because there should be a picture that points that way.
Well, obviously, I use my navigation tools.
Again, you look to the sky.
We're in a building.
Did this game get harder?
I just asked you normal questions you'd normally ask that you didn't bother asking.
So
like,
the
where
three
is the gym he
wings-
goes to?
The three rings are elixir, sword, and bow. Which one of those is more Jimmy?
Bo.
Bow. Let's go.
Let's go, Bo.
So we go back to the foyer and then we follow the bow wing.
As you get there, strangely, you notice
Thank you for writing that down, by the way.
that there's an alarm starts going off. The school is going down into some sort of lockdown.
Classic.
Because there are some people running through here kidnapping children, which is god awful. Miss Coldmoon has made it back to her class and said they tried to kidnap me, and so now we are going into lockdown and doors are slamming everywhere.
Oh, good. Okay, well, it's all right. Lucky I've got a 70 for locksmith, so I can get through anything.
I never really put down exactly where the gym was in my notes.
Okay.
But our logic makes sense.
Yeah, but so does a sword.
Nah.
No, you can't just
Cancel.
That's not, no.
Because you've got the stretching element of a
Yeah.
warm-up plus the action element of a weapon.
So it's one of the two.
Archery feels like a sport. Swords, unless it was a fencing sword, I don't see how that's just.
It has more symbolic value.
Yeah,
Just
I
saying
agree.
you may need other options here.
All right, do we want to split then?
Follow the
I
scent.
really hate splitting.
The scent
of
sweaty children.
Love it.
I don't think we've got a smell skill, so I'm definitely going to whack that under X Factor.
Oh,
Pop
cool.
that out and see how we go with your X Factor. Who
Cool.
can smell sweaty gym socks?
Who's got the biggest X factor?
80.
Oh, yeah, you
okay,
go.
I see you.
41.
Good job.
Fuck yeah.
You do.
Follow the smell of sweaty kids.
For whatever reason, there is some squeaking of shoes on a basketball court, perhaps in the distance, or what it sounds like. But apparently, you're very good at smelling sweat.
Sweaty children. That just sounds
Gross.
Yeah.
But you are on the right path. It was going to be a 50-50. I was just going to toss a coin and see which one, but I'll let you have it this way instead. So you are on the right path to the gym, and at the end of that corridor, you'll see doors, but they have already been locked.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm rolling locksmith.
What do you got?
7. Oh, sorry. No, 1.
Oh,
1.
You just look at it and unlocks in fear.
All doors forever unlock for her at sight.
Yes.
Is that a critical success?
It is very much a critical success. Very hard for me to just describe how successful you are at opening this lock. But you know how they normally have people who have to get down on their knees and put the first thing in, a little thing in, and they adjust a little bit
Yeah,
and
I
clicks
don't do
open. You went up and kicked it, and the lock opened.
Yeah. And I did that for all future doors that we went through.
And it's still actually open. You didn't bust it open. The lock, as you
Opened.
kicked it, opened.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just
And
pure
you're
magic.
in the gym. There is one teacher, and he's just shooting free throws at one end. He's got no kids.
Taxpayer money at work right here.
Yep. He's got no kids, and he's not really looking at you. He's facing away from you.
Great.
All right.
Keep running.
We're going to sneak.
But you just kicked open the door.
If that's a critical success, that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, it was silently.
it was so silent.
I'm just in the middle of a sentence.
Sorry.
And because it was a critical success, even though you kicked it open, it didn't squeak, and you had time to grab it before it banged into everything.
That's what I thought.
And you have entered the room, but he is facing away from you at the moment and somehow didn't hear you. You really needed that roll. I can tell you that the fight with the gym teacher probably won't go well.
No. He's a lot bigger than us.
Yes.
Also, he's probably invisible.
No.
Nope, he's probably
but
a
he
ghost.
is clearly bigger.
But that's fine because I'm just going to have a cursory glance around and find the hole that he sneaks out of. And I can see it in the top left corner of the gym, and he's in the top right.
Top?
Like mid. But ours is in the top because I guess we go up the grandstand and out the window.
Okay.
That's what I'm envisioning, but I don't know.
I was going to put it in the back corner behind the stadium seats so that you could easily go get
I
to
thought
it.
that was a nice place to be too.
But now you've made it up the top. You've made it harder for yourself, and I love it. You can see this
Why
like
did you let her speak?
Sorry guys. Okay.
there is a window at the top that has clearly had the fly screen removed. You can see it flapping around. They're not removed; it's been slashed open so you can go out. But it is at the top of the gym.
We just need to get there as quick as possible because I'm guessing that he can't leave the school as well.
Interesting guess.
Sure. I guess
Okay, off we go then.
Run.
So you just silently pointed it out to us?
Yeah, and we're going to be really light on the feet.
You're going to run, but
I'm very dexterous.
Okay,
well, you're all going to be
skills do we
dexterous
need?
because at this rate, here's what you're going to have to do. I'm going to let you run to the top of the stadium seats so you can probably access this thing. And I'm going to let you jump through it.
Great, thank you. Now
And if
then.
anybody fails, we'll find out what happens.
Okay,
So I need a
okay.
dexterity check from all three of you.
Yeah, that's fine. Absolutely. What's yours, Stace?
My dexterity is 50 and I just rolled a 33.
Little Lassiter goes through easily. He's very lithe.
I love that
Lithe.
word.
Lithe
I
is
think you
great.
even loved it as you said it.
I do enjoy saying it, yep. Going to use it for a few other situations where it doesn't fit.
32 and my dexterity is 80.
And if you thought Lassiter was lithe, you should see Jamie Lynn go through, yeah.
22.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And my dexterity is 65.
A triple leathing has occurred. Away we go through. Okay, that's interesting. The gym teacher, as you could possibly imagine, was probably not going to be much fun for you, but for me, there would have been plenty. You make it outside. You are now on the roof of the gym. It's not the top of the gym, obviously, but a little bit lower, but you're still on the roof section. You went out through the top, so it's like a terrace,
Yep, gotcha.
but it's a roof.
Mm-hmm.
and you're outside, you do notice now that the sun and night are moving very quickly.
Hate that.
Very quickly. And every now and then at night, you can still see that constellation and you can see the wisps going into it. And at one stage when that happens, you hear a voice, but it's not Undulot. But it is in the old tongue, and only when you see the golden spear. So you're only hearing some words. And again, you can't make out what they are.
And Douglas.
Again, he seems fearful of the words themselves.
Okay, can I just give him a soothing little pat? I'm actually going to give him a little kiss. I'm going to say, Douglas, you're okay. You are safe. I haven't got you killed yet. I know you're really scared. But can you please tell me what they're saying? Because I can't work with no information.
This voice comes from the spear itself.
Oh.
And whatever is connected to that spear. Because you hear it, I mean, Alana, you to some extent have made a connection to this god in the past. And your surrogate daughter has been part of that god. The voice itself, it says that you should give her the souls. And when she says the souls, she doesn't mention the child, she just says the souls, but she does mention the whales. She said, I need the souls. I need all the souls. Bring me the souls of the whales. And Douglas says,
we can trust her.
The person who wants the whale souls?
That's what Douglas says, yes.
How do you know we can trust her?
You're talking directly to Douglas now?
Yeah.
I believe that she's a good spirit.
He does stutter as he says that.
Do you think we should just give her the whale souls?
Yes.
Because I know what it's about you, man, but I just find you so trustworthy. Like, I feel like, like I know you're just a little fish necklace, but you're pretty worldly. And I'm going to tell the girls. Girls?
Yeah, very quietly I'm talking, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. My Douglas fish said that wispy voice that's coming that we can't understand, but Douglas can, that it's saying, I need all the souls, the whale souls specifically. He thinks we can trust her and that she's a good spirit. Oh, what happens if we give her all the souls?
Douglas doesn't know that.
Okay, but I'm vibing Douglas.
He can't communicate back, though.
True, he can't. He can just translate.
Yep.
He can communicate to me. And I go, you did a good job, Douglas. You did the right thing by telling me. And give him a little kiss. Do you need anything? Should I give him some food or something?
In this world, he doesn't eat. You never really fed him in the other one. Occasionally you mentioned it. It's almost like you hear a long sigh.
Like an exasperation or relief?
There is a category, a skill that you can possibly use in this situation called psych.
Oh, okay.
You might be able to read some sort of message from the way he's speaking to you.
Sure.
It's like this world's version of insight.
Yeah, it's like an insight check.
40. Nice. Don't know how you bloody lose a D100. 35. And psych is 40, so.
Douglas doesn't really respond to you, but he does seem fearful and perhaps ashamed.
Douglas had reason to fear. All that he was, all that he valued, was given to him by an ancient god. She had almost been forgotten, the once ruler of the seas and oceans of a distant past, a distant world, one barely remembered save for a few words in a book brought to life. Now that god dreamed again of power. Like others who believe they own such things, it expected something in return for the gift once given. It did not understand duty, for it saw no one as an equal, especially not the soul wedged alongside it. It justified itself, a validation built upon whatever lies were necessary to create the illusion that what they had was deserved. It saw no value in duty, even less in honor. These great traits were the price of the power she had gained. And now she wielded that power over those whose strength she was incapable of understanding. The empathy that Douglas had learned from millions of words was lost upon those who saw just one more thing. More.
Walmart Business is in the business of helping your business. regardless of whether you're building bridges, building spreadsheets, or building lesson plans. Ooh, that looks fun. Walmart Business can help save you time, money, and hassle so you can focus on what you're building instead of what your supply closet is missing. In short, we take care of business so you can do more with yours. We're the Walmart you love, now for your business. Learn more at business.walmart.com.
Learning through play starts with Lego Duplo. With Lego Duplo, toddlers can develop real-life skills while having fun with colorful bricks made just for them. Large, easy to grip, and safe to explore. When children express themselves with Lego Duplo, they build patience, problem-solving, and empathy. See your child learn perseverance and self-expression with everything they imagine and create. Visit lego.com/preschool to learn more.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold! Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
From where you are, you can see out into the area, and there's lots of different buildings. It would be great if I could tell you you could look directly at the movies, but you can't. What would you like to do?
Okay. So, as we know, special things are hidden. So I think we should all stand to our left so that we're sideways to the landscape. Am I making sense?
Yeah. So we're
check
going to
things
look
with our peripheral.
Yeah, and we're scanning with our side eye.
You're side-eyeing.
Nice.
Yep. Okay. Everyone is side-eyeing, and you do see right across the road from this place, in what seconds ago was like a cafe. It's not a cafe. It's clearly a movie theater. It has the big sign at the front where you have all the movies labelled across the front. It has a couple of movies listed there that you can make out. And it looks, I want to say open, but there's nobody there. The lights are on, but nobody's home.
Okay. Well, we should still go anyway, I think. We just went through all this hassle, so he's probably hiding in there.
Agreed. Now, I turn to Freya. I know that you had to use your powers back in the school. But to be very, very clear, I'm hopeful the fact that the school's protected by the gap that we're fine. But in going between here and the next place, which I hope is also protected by the gap based on the peripheral thing, no powers.
No powers.
We cannot lead Angelok to this child.
We're going to the movies?
Is there like a pipe we can slide down?
Sure. There's a pipe you can all slide down. Dexterity checks all around, please.
Okay. Yeah.
What's your dex?
65. 56 anyway.
Oh, thank God. 28.
4.
Everyone smoothly went down whatever pipe it was on the side of the building, and you are now in the street across the road from the movie theatre.
And we sprint.
And you sprint across
we're going
into
for
the
this.
foyer.
This is where we're under time restraints here.
Only in that little bit across the street would you have been outside gapped areas. So the school is gapped, and clearly so is the movie theatre. You run inside, and it's like a normal movie theatre. It's that horrible carpet. Why do movie theatres have shit carpet all the time? I don't know. What is it? Dark, ready.
Yeah, it is.
Carpets.
It's to hide stains.
You get this smell of, that doesn't sound great. It's not that sort of movie theatre, but it's got popcorn.
But
it could be.
That's why it's here so often.
You'd spill like food and drink, and if it's speckled carpet, you don't notice that as much.
Yeah, lovely.
And the blue light doesn't pick much up.
There's popcorn popping. There is nobody working here, though. It's just the smell. The lights are on, and all the different movie posters are lit up on the side.
And what are the titles of the movies?
Let's see. There is, I want to put on some of my favorite classic movies. So there's a poster for The Fifth Element. That Hands of Darkness movie is still on, the one he was talking about before. There's a movie called The Golden Spear from years gone by. It's an old sort of one that Jamie Lee Weaver would look at, and part of you looks at it and is disgusted for a second because you didn't get the role. There's another one for, they just must be showing some classics, The Wizard of Oz. Lovely film.
We should probably go The Golden Spear, right?
Well,
it's a hell of a clue.
He's already seen Hand of Darkness.
Hand of Darkness it was. Hand of Darkness.
And he didn't like it.
No.
So obviously not that one. And yeah, I agree with you. Let's do that.
Go there.
I mean, is it too obvious of a clue?
I mean, worst case scenario, he's not
I'm
there.
thinking
We
with
go to the
like the
next.
trial home to mum and dad.
The portal back to your real world.
Yeah, I know.
Homeward
Is that the
bound.
clue?
Yeah.
Historically, you don't make great decisions, so I'm going to go with Kaa'Riin on this one.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. All right, the golden spear. Ticket for 3, please.
You don't even, there's nobody
There's
there to
no
buy a
there.
ticket from.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going in.
Can we get popcorn then?
Sure, you go ahead and steal popcorn.
Yay, let's go.
I'm not even going to do sleight of hand. There's no one to hide that from. You got a handful of popcorn. You could probably put
No,
in the
I'm
car.
gonna get a
Okay, she's got an entire
A jumbo bucket.
I just love the image of us walking towards the theatre and then we realize you're not behind us and we turn around to see you just like scooping popcorn into a
Oh,
bucket.
you cannot walk in and not get that.
You have all turned back into your This World versions.
Taller selves.
Your original selves from This World, yes.
Oh,
But
cool.
you're outside of the
nice.
school's range and you've lost that little glow.
Aww.
Damn.
When you enter the movie theatre, Cinema 3, where the Golden Spear is playing.
I'm going to call upon Annabelle Blue
Ooh.
to search.
So how many times we used Annabelle Blue? You got your ticker box there?
4. The rope to the fifth.
Now, Lassie, I know when we met, I was a little bit forward. I came on to you like a mountain cougar finding a hot meal on a cold winter's morning. If you know what I mean. My grannies know what I mean.
I do.
I think they read the same romance novels as me. And I am so sorry to say this, Lassie, but sometimes after you eat that delicious hot meal, you start thinking about whether you should have ordered something else. Or perhaps, and Granny Shoggins know what I mean. Don't you tell me you don't, Granny Show. I know you. I know you. You're an old flirt, you are. Never eat the same dessert twice. Anyway, Lassie, it's time I found a new meal. I know you'll be fine. People move on all the time. There'll be some long nights for you. The smell of my hair will linger. You'll reach out for my hand, but I'll be long gone, enjoying my desserts. I just want you to enjoy your desserts too. So, we're just gonna fade away now, me and all the grannies. But you stay happy now. Don't you fret. Just be happy it happened. And you go get yourself more dessert.
I'm happy for her.
Yes, she has moved on to a different life now.
Oh, no, good for her.
A lassie-less life.
But unfortunately, she's...
one more help.
Yeah.
One more help.
I know, she could have helped me just before she left, but, you know, that's fine.
She's already moved on. She's just come back to tell you she's moved on.
Yeah, okay, cool. So I won't be doing jack shit with Annabelle Blue. Goodbye. That was a cool character, though.
Well, then has Alana, who's got, so Annabelle Blue, Cypher, and who's yours?
Yeah, you've lost Cypher already. You've lost Annabelle Blue now.
So here's the issue with the Reverend. His thing is he opens a door that is not secure to give someone to have someone come through to help us, but it may just be someone else that's not here to help us.
Oh, yeah, we don't want that.
And as you enter the room, the movie starts to flicker. There's a movie on.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Imogen from London, and I play the actress Joan Hammonds.
And I'm Jayan from High Wycombe, and I play the award-winning actor James Burchester.
Oh, James! Is this truly our last day? We've been through so much together. The bombings, my mother's ailments, your constant infidelity, the other bombings, that thing in the cellar. Enough is enough.
Joan! This is no time for hysteria. Must you bring up my infidelity with Betty and Margaret and Florence at every opportunity?
But I didn't mention Margaret. I didn't even know about Florence.
Well, one does get confused when voices are raised.
Raised? I was just trying to bring your attention to that thing in the cellar. Downstairs.
My goodness, woman! Must you be so crass?
What?
This thinly veiled attempt to discuss my manhood.
No! Not even close. You know what, James? Just go and check it out yourself.
I thought you'd never ask.
No! The stairs, James! Go down the stairs.
Perhaps I will. Then perhaps indeed this madness will end.
Yes, James. Twit.
And the sounds of screams and an old movie playing that just continues on the background as you walk into the cinema and have a look around.
Can't believe she got that roll over me.
Yeah, and honestly, she wasn't that believable.
It was so forced.
I don't think she was even upset about the affair.
Right? I would have brought a whole new layer to that character. Oh, James, this is truly our last day. She doesn't even sound upset.
Yeah. I actually believed you were truly believing it was the last day.
There's other stuff going. That's fine. You can.
All right, we're looking. It's fine. I can let this go. So you said the room's empty. I'm actually going to use my peripheral vision to scan the room and see if it's still empty when I do that.
Is he covered in gap goo?
Surely he's protected.
Maybe.
All right, everyone just like walk around side-eyeing.
It's a big theatre.
Yeah, so we're going to break up.
And very dark.
Yeah, but turn a light on then.
Is there something playing?
There's no light. You don't go to the movies and go, everyone, I've got the light switch. No.
There's got to be a control
Okay, we go back to the
Well,
foyer and we grab the torches that the guys that check the aisles use.
True. Fine.
Okay, you've all got torches and you can walk down the aisles if you want to.
Side-eyeing.
Great.
Side-eyeing with your torches. So you've got to point the torch to the side that you're not looking at.
That's what we said.
Is he up in the control room?
Oh, I don't know. Let's have a look. I'll just duck up quickly.
Okay,
Wait, if we are gapping, I can use my powers in here.
Yes.
Great. I'm turning into a bird. I'm just going to fly up and check real quick.
Okay. In the little projection theatre.
Vision to be awesome.
Oh, yeah, I'm bird's eye viewing.
So up in the
control room, I want to see who's in there.
projector's room sort of thing. He's not in there.
Okay, I'm going to fly around the room. I'm going to keep looking with my bird's eye
above.
view. I'm going to try and fly on the angle on the side. See if I can see anything.
You don't particularly see anything, but that said, every now and then you catch a glimpse of something.
A glimpse.
Something is in here with you, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to fly towards the glimpse.
You're going to swing down closer and closer.
For the glimpse.
And as you get closer, something swings at you, like you don't even really notice until you feel the wind, and it does hit you. It's a very good roll. You will take, only 1 point of damage, very low, which makes you feel very much like whatever hit you wasn't strong or trying very hard, just trying to flick you away from where they were.
Yeah.
And you are knocked aside, fluttering away.
As I'm knocked aside, fluttering away, I'm going to hit the ground. But as I hit the ground, I'm going to roll and turn back into myself because I think that'd be cool, and then stand up and be like, what the hell?
And you still can't, you're talking into darkness. You can't see anybody
but they can
there.
choose at this point to respond to me if they wanted to, right? Okay. I'm like, what the hell? Dumo, I hope that wasn't you. We're here to help.
How do you know my name?
Because I know your parents, and they sent us for you. Oh, and I have your diary. Which, by the way, you should write everything down.
And we also were the ones that hooked you up with that school to save you.
Oh, yeah. And also we brought you here.
His tone changes straight away.
It's you. You left me here.
Oh, my God. The theatrics.
You said that my parents would be fine. You told me that I would be back with them soon.
And here I am. Soon.
It is not
to
soon.
Bring you back. Oh, well.
I've been there for years.
How many years?
You lose count after a while.
Feels like a long time, but it's really not.
I'm not going to get the girls over here and be like, girls, I've got a moody teenager.
And I'm just going to gaslight him into thinking.
And you guys keep asking me how you keep fucking things up. How do these things happen when we keep doing bad things to people? What would you like to do?
I am not very good with teenagers on account of their difficult. I'm going to hand this one over to Morrigan. I seem to get in arguments with every teenage being I meet. And Morrigan has more empathy than me. I'm not saying I have any empathy. I'm just saying she seems to have a bottomless pit of it. And so I just be like, so anyway, Dumu, Morrigan.
And he's still, like, we still can't see him, but, like, we know where he is vaguely.
Only if you turn your head on the side. So it's kind of like being rude. It looks like you're refusing to make eye contact, but that's the only way you can see him.
So I use my peripheral to kind of work out where he is, but then I turn to face him even though I can't see him, just so I don't seem rude.
Yep.
And
all you can see then is like a dent in the seat.
Sweet. Can I, like, is there a seat next to him or 2 away? So I can still give him space. So I sit down 2 away to give him space, but be at his level because there's a dent. He's sitting. I'm like, sweetheart, things didn't go as planned. What did go to plan is you were safe.
Oh, that's good.
I wasn't safe.
Why not?
I know.
Did you go? Have you seen that school?
We just came from there, and we can definitely appreciate that isn't the haven that it should have been. I understand that you're frustrated. We didn't intend for it to play out like this. A mistake has been made. But
who could be blamed?
Yeah, and it's hard to say whose fault this is.
But definitely not any of us three.
But definitely not ours.
As part of our plan to protect you, we wanted to make sure that no one would be able to take advantage of your hiding space. So we had our memories erased.
Oh, we're going with the truth. I like that.
Which worked perfectly because we had no idea you existed.
We're going with the truth.
And that created some issues, obviously. We're trying to fix it now. Someone is after you. We're trying to get you back to your parents and to keep you safe. And clearly that school is not it, so we're trying to get you back to them.
Well done, well sung.
Sometimes you got to admit you made a mistake.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just like, grow up. You're alive, aren't you?
Yeah, and I was trying to gaslight him. It wasn't even that long.
He pauses for quite some time. You can roll persuasion if you wish.
I don't know if it's persuasion.
Or charm, charisma.
Okay. Can it be X Factor?
No.
That's fair. Okay, hold on. There's this thing called connections. I'm trying to connect. I'm trying
Not that sort of connections. Those are like industry connections, like people you know who can help you. Networking.
Okay, cool. I'll do persuade. Am I rolling?
Yes.
9.
Oh, exceptionally good.
Because I was being honest.
He doesn't change too much. You can see all you've got to go with is how much he sits in that chair because you can't see him, the butt dent. And then you notice that he can do something that you definitely couldn't do. He can remove himself from the gap.
Ooh. Oh, wow, he's powerful.
And it's almost like he just appears before your eyes. The green skin, the dark eyes, the humanoid features that we described before. And he's quite an attractive young man, which you'd expect, because he can choose what he looks like.
So cool.
His parents chose to be snails, and he's chosen at this time in his life to be some sort of, it's like a humanoid gecko, like a chameleon. He looks back at you, and all he says is,
if you're back, does that mean I can see my parents now?
That's the goal, little one.
How?
And that's where we end this episode.
Okay, so roll for persuasion.
So you can't keep playing. I've stopped playing.
And X Factor.
What'd you roll?
43.
Yes.
Okay.
That was the quickest you've ever read that dice.
Just 3 girls, a dragon.
A handful of... Well, actually,
don't worry about them.
The single handful of dice, because it's a giant 100.
Yeah, that one's heavy.
There we go.
Okay, so let's just write some notes now.
Okay.
We found the child.
Don't worry about them. I'm sure they'll be fine. It's just a sudden ending. It happens all the time. So maybe there's danger or just a clever line. But don't worry about them. I'm sure they'll be fine. Right?